Hello, welcome to When Legends Talk, a book by the legend of Savage Machine, the original Mexican metal band from Northern California. Just a word of caution, this book contains topics and scenarios that may be triggering to some people. Discretion advised. Chapter 3. Away. Growing up the way I did, I accumulated lots of pain and anger that I did not give myself time to process while it was happening. I somehow buried those traumatic events deep in the depths of my mind, and I could not remember too many details. When those events happened, I felt the pain and soldiered through because it happened so often that it felt normal, so I never thought twice about any of it. Survival mode, if you will. Now, as an adult, occasionally I would have a breakdown and I would go to my hiding spot with some liquor and drown my woes away while listening to Mexican cry music. The next day I was hungover as shit but ready to face the world again. After the stroke, the breakdowns became more severe and frequent, but so did the self medication. Then they became more constant and lengthier. I would get deeply emotional, but I had no idea why. Sometimes I wouldn't even know what I was feeling. I couldn't tell if I was angry, depressed, scared, lonely, or whatever. I had extreme difficulty concentrating on anything. Keeping myself stimulated was the only way to keep myself from falling into a black hole of woe, self loathing, and debilitating thoughts. Daytime was manageable because I am a busybody and always had some kind of project to work on. It came to a point where I started having what I called episodes. A sample of an episode was when I looked down at my hands and noticed them covered in blood. I hadn't done anything to warrant having blood on my hands. It didn't make sense. I went to grab a paper towel and worked feverishly to clean it off, but it would not come off. I sat down on the curb and closed my eyes, focusing my energy on calming thoughts and mindful breathing. Several minutes later, I opened my eyes to notice there was no blood. I panicked a bit. Why was this happening? Am I going crazy? Concerning questions and thoughts flooded my brain and filled me with anxiety that I had never felt before. Music allowed me to keep my mind busy and find the strength to move forward and tackle the day. More on this after this word from our sponsors. Do you have difficulties being successful when you try new things for the first time? Does it make you feel like a fool when you see other people do the same thing with little effort? It's probably because they have been doing it for a while and may even be doing it for several hours a day, so it comes easy to them. That means you're normal, so stop being so hard on yourself. Celebrate your victories no matter how small, and show yourself the patience and understanding you would show to your best friend. Man, I hate commercials. Nighttime was a constant battle. For years, I have battled with trying to go to sleep. I was very common for me to be rolling around until 2 or 3 in the morning, then get up to use the bathroom only to be unable to get back to sleep. Or when I did sleep, I had horrid nightmares that would cause me to wake up in sweat, shakes, or short of breath. Fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, I could not remember the nightmares, so I was unable to figure out what they were about or how to address them. I started using alcohol or weed to numb the pain and quiet my mind long enough for me to be able to fall asleep. Sometimes the dreams were actually quite funny. Not sure why I was unable to remember the nightmares, but I was able to remember the dreams with the funny stuff. But I'm not complaining. One time, I dreamt I fell asleep and woke up at the circus. It was all dark except for the spotlight at the center of the tent shining on a little guy standing on a stool who yelled out, "Ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the confusion, but we are forced to cancel the show tonight because the clowns are acting funny." I woke up giggling like a schoolchild. Yes, that is clear indication that my humor is broken and I am proud of it. My humor might be terrible, but it is also contagious. Where was I? Oh, yes, music. Several years ago, I started a Mexican metal band with my brother. At that time, there was no such thing as Mexican metal, but such is no longer the case. I wrote the songs during those nights that I could not sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning. I would get up and hook up my guitar to my recorder. The minute I started playing, I would go into a trance like state. The whole song, music, and lyrics and all would come out, and without me even realizing it. After I did that, it was like my brain recognized it was time to shut down. I would go to bed and pass out as soon as my head hit the pillow. The next day, I would listen to the song and read the lyrics, but had no idea what it was about. Admittedly, when people asked me what the song was about, I often made something up because I myself had no idea. I have written other songs when I am not in that same headspace, and it's clearly not the same. The feel, the music, the lyrics just don't match up. Performing the songs live felt liberating. The nature of heavy metal music provided me with a path to release all that pent up aggression and resentment through the screams and guttural growls. It was like I opened an internal dam that blurted out at the microphone, and my body would go into an overdose of energy that seemed to come out of nowhere, making for a high energy stage performance. After the set, I felt lighter, unstressed, and reassured. Some of the lyrics were a lot more direct, so I was able to figure out what those songs were about, my life experiences. That made the songs even more meaningful to me because I realized that whatever was hiding inside of me was trying to come out, and the music was becoming a vehicle for that to happen. It filled me with hope because before the songs, I was unable to explain or even talk about feelings. I had trouble even identifying what I was feeling, let alone trying to explain what I was feeling and why. If I was incapable of recognizing or identifying feelings, how could I deal with them effectively and move forward? Since that had been the case for years, all of those life experiences and trauma built up and festered inside of me for years until my brain decided I was in a time of my life where I felt safe and I would be capable of processing what was to come.